been seeing these horseshoe-shaped pillars all the way up. Do they mark a path? I'm at the top of the mountain. I can see that giant diamond-shaped thing really close from here. Took me a while to get here, but the views are worth it. They built all this just with pieces from the beached ship. Frank sure must be a real whiz. Looks like a sneaky snapshot. Oh no! Frank had a daughter named Evangeline. What a darling. So Frank fought in the Great War. I'm so sorry. He was such a talented man, and he seemed to be a good friend of Harry's. They built a turbine to generate electricity under the falling water, but the stream isn't close enough to the wheel. These levers connect those gears to direct the wheel's energy into the turbine. Blood-soaked rags. A Bible. It must have belonged to Frank. He thought it was a flesh wound, but it kept getting worse. There are some homemade loudspeakers, probably to amplify the sound. Homemade loudspeakers, probably to amplify the sound. There's a symbol inside. One, two, 1, 2, testing. Nope, doesn't work.
All right. Can you turn it on, Chap?
Please, sir, we should not do this.
Not now.
Haven't we had enough warnings, Mr. Everhart? What else do we need? Another death?
Listen to me. Frank lost his life setting this whole thing up. So we're not going to discuss it anymore. We're going to activate it, period. Is that clear enough for you?
Hey, Ma!
Fine. Same to you. Please, Chap, activate. Working. Come on. Yes, it's working!
Is there something wrong, Harry?
The ground is shaking. No!
No, I can't!
I told you it was a horse. You damn fool! You're going to kill us all!
Turn it off! Turn it off!
It's So I guess you used the notes from the organ and they weren't the right ones. No power. I like singing so much. Harry and I often sang together. When my condition got... Heavens, looks like a rock slide crushed all the tents. All but one. The only tent that came out of the rock slide in one piece is the one filled with amulets. A torn picture. Maybe the Polynesian guide didn't like people taking pictures of his scar. They didn't accept Frank in the university. They should be ashamed. I'm not sure if Harry ever got to read this note. Did these stone columns just vibrate? Amazing! The hatches are opening! Now the wheel is moving. That was easy. These buttons seem to adjust the amount of energy that goes through the turbine. That should give the turbine some energy. Great, I did it. Now everything should be powered. That is a doornail. I'm really sorry about Frank. Harry doesn't have many friends. When you finally do get to know him, he's so witty, so funny. A loving person. But it takes a lot for him to open up. Harry is convinced the answer to my illness lies inside that temple. Nakal? So this is like Atlantis, but in the Pacific Ocean, right? They built loudspeakers on top of this tower to reproduce the effect of the organ. His low spirits are obvious in this photo. Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? Come on, work! Come on! Now what? What's happening this time? Where am I? I can feel the fever rising. Oh God, no. My illness. Is it coming back? Is this an ocean? An ocean that dried up? pain. No. I would rather die than use that damned thing again. They are so dry. I need to find water. My bed. Another memory of my illness. How many times did I think I was going to die lying in this bed? I'd better find some shade before I dry right up. The horseshoe-shaped pillar. And a diamond shape again. I can't take much more of this. I feel woozy. Is that a house? That's not a house. That's our house in Englewood. Am I dreaming? Or am I just losing my mind? Harry? Are you home? A picnic with Harry's brother and sisters. I started wearing gloves shortly after that day. I miss you so much, old pal. I am definitely losing my mind. I don't understand what is happening, Harry. Are you... The Everhart twosome. What a duo. Checkmate in 3 moves. Harry gave me this necklace after one of his scavenger hunts. It's a photo of my mother and me. She had just got... The happiest day of my life. And one of the few pictures of Harry without his glasses. My mother's music box. What a sweet melody. What was that? Another vivid dream? And my music box again, but I'm not going back up there. The fuse box is already providing electricity to this entire setup. I haven't sung since I got sick, but let's give it a shot. quite a show. Now that it's filled with water, it looks like a baptismal pool. This feels like hallowed ground. Are they bathing him in black ooze? His hands are changing, like in my dream. Look at those spots. They look like mine. Now he's some sort of man-fish? Fish of every size and shape. This looks like the same kind of elevator that was in the campsite. These patterns look too familiar. She sounds worried for him, I think. Where is this taking me? Looks like I'm inside the giant fish head that I saw from below. Well done, Harry. Boy, am I lucky that you did the hard part of figuring things out. This one was really hard to figure out. Good job, Harry. I'm starting to understand this language. So that's how you mark the symbol's orientation. God's blood. Does this mean that... Is this related to me somehow, to my disease?
My dear old pal, Norah. I wish I could write something else, but a long time ago I promised you I would never lie to you. So here goes. There is no cure for your illness. What you carry in your blood is changing you, and it will keep changing you until it's done, whatever that means. There is nothing we can do to stop it. My dear old pal, my partner, the love of my life, I am so sorry. I've made so many mistakes. All those deaths because of me. Frank, DeWitt, Roy, all for nothing. Maybe Teodoro is right. Maybe we can return to the beach and build a raft to get back to Papeete. Maybe in less than a month, I could be back.
There's no cure? But he didn't finish the letter. What did you do, Harry? Where are you? Well, this one was easy, I think. It's amazing how words and symbols can keep their meaning after... I've seen this symbol in the murals several times. I guess it can be applied to both water and black ooze. This is the right combination. It appears Harry didn't advance any further. Those are drums of some sort. Never ceases to amaze. didn't work for him, so it shouldn't work for me either. Unless there's something different about my hand. Anyway, Norah, you know what you've got to do. My hands. Look at my hands. This is definitely not a dream. And I'm starting to doubt the others were dreams too. I should be scared, but it's hard to explain what I feel, but it isn't fear. Not a bit. Another one of those gates, like the one I saw in the temple. I'm back to being me. It's hard for me to understand how these gates work. What happens every time I cross one of them? Another panel of this strange technology. What's it for? Something related to the currents? Wow. The island is pierced by underground currents. That architecture again. Where is this gate going to lead me now? What a quiet and peculiar place. I wonder who used to live here. It seems it was abandoned ages ago. I understood that. Water animal. Is that what I am now? like some sort of slaves and masters and... Nicole. Wasn't Nicole in the notes? Although they are the same style, these huts are much simpler than the magnificent architecture I've seen up to now. Whoever the inhabitants were, they were living here against their will. Someone vandalized this mural. Some hands look human, but others are amphibian hands. Is that black blood the same thing as the black ooze? How can I explain what's happening to me? What is the meaning of all this? God's blood, transformation, eternal life. I feel like I'm going through what was written in that inscription. Black blood in eyes, like in the well. There are some hand marks made with pigments. I wonder if they mean something. I better draw them just in case. This civilization used these devices to raise and lower the water level. It's impressive. This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them talking to me. They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seemed to worship two gods. Different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free. The Sunken continent. Was that their punishment? So these creatures are immortal? My illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy. Even better than before my illness. Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel. These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner? Now I can enter this tunnel. This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me. But it's over now. That ladder. Someone set up camp in here. Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary. Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death? What is this? This... Oh my god! Did I almost forget about Harry? She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. And she doesn't seem to be thinking straight either. Harry, that look on your face. You look deranged. They seem to loathe each other. The sun is setting. It is so beautiful. So the guide left the expedition. That would explain the workshop on the white sand beach, where I arrived. Oh dear, poor people. Is this why I'm changing too? A sanctuary? Harry, was that where you went?
My dear old pal. It's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Aotearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found this entrance. And the mural. Maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Norah, but I think I can try to become like you. The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary, and there they performed a ritual. Aotearoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Norah? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to become like me? Please don't be a fool. You don't even know if that ritual of yours is going to work. Somebody painted these symbols on the wall. You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance. This panel looks different from the others. It's much more elaborate. This must be my transportation to the sanctuary. It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here, as menacing as this place might look. The island, the ooze, those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves, like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition, like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat. And I definitely wasn't unknown, was I? They seemed to recognize me, as if I was one of their own. Everything seems so distant now, as if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon. Did I lose track of time, or... Maybe this place isn't subject to the laws of physics. That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night. It's hard to believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Inglewood and everything will be as before. My perfectly ordinary life with Harry. My daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore. And with there, I don't mean Englewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean... How is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years? There it is. The sanctuary. So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop? So I have to put my hand inside? Harry asleep in his tent. What a creepy photograph. Oh my, she sounds completely out of her mind. A camera. It must be Cassandra's. Let's give it a try. Ouch! Oh! Ah! What was that? Looks like a tattoo, but it isn't. Those are my spots. They've moved. This mural seems to describe a ritual involving blood. That dagger. Another camp. There was little more than a few things scattered about.
My dear old pal. I never should have trusted Cass. I thought she cared about you, but she's just mad, obsessed with this place. I can't trust her to help me overcome the last obstacle. This door. I know how to open it. But what I have to do is mix my blood with the black ooze. Am I mad for even considering that? It's the only way we can be together. It has to work, right? All this can't be a coincidence. The ritual is made for the two of us, isn't it, Norah? I wish you could be here to... Damn it. I have to think it over. I can't. Tomorrow. Leave it for tomorrow, damn it. Stop writing.
What are you saying, Harry? Don't you see what the black ooze does, what it did to the doctor? Are you out of your mind? A library? What are you talking about, Harry? Was the blood of these creatures some sort of catalyst? Heavens, this dagger looks exactly like the one I have. Harry, what is this? It looks like the ramblings of a madman. Black ooze on a petri dish. My God, this syringe has traces of black ooze. What the hell were you thinking? Yeah, I really hope this works. Trail of blood. Someone was hurt. Oh my goodness. And the gun barrel is empty. woman's earring stained with blood. My God, Harry, what did you do to her? If he's behind that door, I wonder which Harry I'll find. How much would be left of the man I love? And how much of the man who has lost his sanity in this place? An eye and a star. Look at the star. The stars are aligned, forming a constellation that I don't recognize. That is not the same sky you can see from Earth. And if that's not the Earth's sky, where am I now? Those stone statues seem to rotate with this switch. I wonder what this means. All these papers are riddled with incoherent doodles. Shining constellation. I better draw it. Where is this door leading me? They carried these people here to test them. Like a challenge of some sort. Constellations and stars. These people seem to worship otherworldly gods. I wonder what this means. It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have on my hand. pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it? An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe. Shining constellation. I better draw it. An eye and a star. Look at the star. It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual. What an odd structure, riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways. Maybe it only hurts the first time. Ah! The second also hurts. When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong. think I can feel the agony of the slaves, their suffering, and the effects of their transformation. It's horrifying. Black and white figures. Good doggies, or dragons, whatever you are. Again? Seriously? place is like a labyrinth. They were submerged in black ichor. Harry seems to be on the brink of madness. But I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever. Oh, come on. One more time. Ow! That hurt! Again. All the doors are open, but where is the constellation I need to open the throne room? Another one of those gates. I have to get into the water again. Again? Seriously? Ah. I can feel the torment of the thousands of slaves who perished here. pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe. door to the sanctuary's open. It's time to find out what's waiting for me inside. There's something written on the floor. Fhalgof'n? Haven't I heard that word in my dreams? What a disturbing mirror. Is it made of black ichor? I feel like it is He's speaking to me. Oh, heavens. My God. Nothing that happens here appears to respect the most basic rules of physics. However, as strange as it may be, it does maintain a peculiar harmony. Like the workings of a clock, or a music box. Harry, is that you? No, 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 no! Don't tell me this isn't you, Harry. It can't be you. It can't be. No, no, no. Why did you do it? Oh my God, Harry, no! In the end, you performed the ritual. You poor fool. But why? I don't understand it. Why? You knew it. You knew it wasn't going to work. You knew the ritual wasn't going to work. That's why you never sat on the throne. You didn't even perform the ritual, did you, Harry? But you wanted me to think that you had. You even left a lure to confuse me. But why? What really happened? The only person with you in that sanctuary beach was Cassandra. So if you didn't die, it had to be her. Did she use the dagger to open the gates and carry out the ritual? You tried to stop her, but it was too late. She shot you with your own gun and left you for dead, didn't she, Harry? Because Cassandra was ambitious and would stop at nothing to uncover the secrets here. The island fueled that hunger for knowledge. I had doubts about whether the ritual would work. But what happened to Cassandra cleared up those doubts. The ritual wasn't for people like you. The ritual was only for people like me. But you refused to believe it until the island itself spoke directly to you. Fhalgof'n. She is our daughter. That's when you finally understood. You understood what my fate would be if I didn't come here and carry out the ritual. A slow and painful death. So you faked your own demise and left your glasses near Cassandra's corpse. Those same glasses you never take off. And you sent me the package from Tahiti, Harry. Your picture, the key, the dagger. Another one of your scavenger hunts. And I took the bait. You made me come to this island, the same island where you almost lost your mind and your life, the same island where 4 members of your expedition perished. Why did you deceive me, Harry? You said you would never lie to me. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you do this to me? Because you knew that I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. Right, my love? Not even if staying with you would mean a slow and painful death. So the only way to get me to leave you was to make me believe you were dead. And you chose to live a life without me, so I could be who I really am. That's why you tried to deceive me. But I know you too well, my dear old pal. We've had so many years together, so many moments of love, happiness, understanding, friendship. A whole beautiful life with you. I know what you tried to do, but I can't let you make this decision for me, Harry. Either I embrace my fate and accept what I've always been, and leave you behind, or I reject it and return home with you to relish the time that my illness gives us. It's my decision to make. We had a really good life. But that's not my life anymore, is it, Harry? Not after what I've been through on this island. Not after all I've found out about myself. I can't fool myself anymore. I have to accept what I truly am and leave you behind. I'm going back home. What a lovely melody. I don't believe I've ever heard more than a few notes. Until now. For years I thought I was sick. But the truth is, I was homesick. My poor health, the pain, the suffering. It was all because of how far I was from here. Everything seems so far away now. No trace of pain, no trace of sickness. Nothing besides this place. It's so pleasant to forget everything else. Nothing matters anymore. I'm finally one of the thousands of minds connected to the Icor. Connected with the Elder God. Goodbye, Harry.
No, if I
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2, don't forget the harmony. 1, 2, 3.
All my life is empty since I went away. Skies don't seem to be so clear. May some angel sentry guard you while I stray, and fate be kind to join us some sweet day. Oh, how I Because you knew that I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. Right, my love? Not even if staying with you would mean a slow and painful death. So the only way to get me to leave you was to make me believe you were dead. And you chose to live a life without me, so I could be who I really am. That's why you tried to deceive me. But I know you too well, my dear old pal. We've had so many years together, so many moments of love, happiness, understanding, friendship. A whole beautiful life with you. I know what you tried to do, but I can't let you make this decision for me, Harry. Either I embrace my fate and accept what I've always been, and leave you behind, or I reject it and return home with you to relish the time that my illness gives us. It's my decision to make. You were right about one thing, Harry. I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. I know who I really am and where I belong. I know fate has eternal life in store for me, but an eternal life without you is worthless, meaningless. So, I choose the slow and painful death. I'm going back home. You staged this ruse because you love me. But true love is reciprocal. So I'm also making this decision because I love you. Our love is greater than fate, lineage, or all the pain I can suffer. Whatever time we have left, we'll spend together. When the time comes, it will be your hand that holds mine. And those beautiful blue eyes will be the last thing I see before I leave.
So, you didn't find your husband on that island, Mrs. Everhart?
I did find my husband. He wasn't on the island, though.
But what have you been doing these 3 days, then? What did you find there?
I don't know. The truth about myself, I suppose. And at the same time, the reason to go back home.
I don't think I follow you.
Have you ever been in love, Captain Hodgson?
In love? You mean like in a romance novel?
No, that's fiction, Captain. In real life, true love stories don't end with a wedding. They end with a funeral. And the only thing that eases that final moment of heartbreaking sadness are all the good memories lived together.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt anything like that, Mrs. Everhart. But if you love your husband that much, he's certainly a lucky man.
We are both lucky.
Okay, are you ready?